Welcome, people of the World Wide Web. So we have a little movie review for you today. So it is for Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. So it's the only thing I haven't seen. It's the 33rd film I've seen at cinema this year. And the trailer looked alright. I do like DreamWorks. I'm a massive fan of How to Train Your Dragon. I do like Shrek. The bad guys, I think that was Bylem and stuff. That wasn't too bad for a recent film, so I was intrigued to go watch this film. So anybody who doesn't know, this is about Ruby Gillman and her family. They are all Krakens, but they are basically living within the human community under disguise because they're not allowed to go near the water because something bad will happen. And it is the story of obviously Ruby interacting with the water, and it turns out that when the females, if you're a female Kraken, and you react with the water, you grow giant. And obviously this is unfortunately an incident happens where Ruby does go into the water, grows giant, destroys a building, gets noticed by social media, and then kind of they're being after her. There is another subplot with another character who she befriends, but I don't want to go into too much at this point, as this is just an overview. There is, as far as I'm aware, nothing at the end of the credits. I did wait around for a little bit, but and it was a very bland movie. I will give it that much. Parts of it looked good, but it seemed to suffer from there was no spark, there was no super originality. Some of the stuff didn't really even make sense, but yeah, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'll bang spoiler warning up and let's get into it. So the film starts, and obviously you do learn she does know she is a Kraken, or she grows into a Kraken, but she does know obviously a Gillman, and she has a family, and they're very quirky. And they're very quirky, like her mum's an estate agent, her dad does like bottled fish and stuff. And yes, it gave personality to those characters and a brother, but I didn't bond with them. They are obviously all fish-like, they are all blue. Obviously the dad kind of has blue gills here that kind of look like a beard and stuff. But they don't look like anyone else on this little islandy resort place where they live, which Ruby, she has really long fingers, has kind of gill ears and stuff, and it was just like, you don't look nothing like a human. I'm not quite sure how you are hiding. Yes, you're not in the sea and not this big creature that she doesn't know she could be at this time. And that already from the offset was a bit like, but they're hiding, but they're not really that hiding, because it'd be like the Simpsons hiding in day and age, and you'd be like, that person's yellow. Like there's either something wrong with them or they don't really belong here. You couldn't really hide it. And yeah, so already on the get-go, I'm already like, okay, it's a bit strange. So the animation, it looks good. It has a very much feel to Hotel Transylvania. I think the style of some of the characters that relate to that world. But the big glowing Krakens and the sea people and even the mermaids, I weren't too really sold on them. They were, apart from having like this kind of glow to them, there wasn't too much there wasn't too much to make them different or to make them stand out, or just, yeah. So anyway, so you learn that obviously Ruby hasn't, it's leading up to prom, and that's basically the story is building up to her prom and her wanting to ask this blackout, which she kind of likes anyway. She has a group of friends, they don't really interact too much, and then she leaves them behind because she finds out she's a Kraken. She finds out that her mum has hidden it, so she goes to the sea, finds out she's actually a princess, to make, as you do. And then she befriends a girl who's a mermaid, and they turn out there's been this big rivalry, and then they try and get this trident to try and break stuff up. There is a few twists to that story. But you kind of know where it's going to go. Say there's an odd little twist or a little surprise, which kind of threw me a little bit because I think they were going very simple. But yeah, for the most part, it it kind of goes through the emotions. It's emotions, not emotions. Like, it's an hour and a half long, I think 93 minutes or something. But as you're going along, like, she's learning the powers and she learns them over the span of 2 or 3 days. And it's like, I don't know, it seemed to be a very bland, very formulaic, like, this is the girl, she's a teenager, she's hiding, she wants a friend, she gets a friend, but this friend's going to screw her over. Throw a few elements in there, and I say the character, I say, like, it looks nice, but I say I didn't gel with it. It was okay. If it's cheap, I will probably pick it up and add it to my collection. But I mean, as animated movie goes, to me, it was quite of a poor outing from DreamWorks. Obviously, they've done like Shrek and something that was good. It's something different. Big fan, as I said, of How to Train Your Dragon. I loved that. It was different. Even like the bad guys, it was something different. It was a kind of a different take on stuff. Probably had a few links to a few other films that are out there and stuff. With the animated movie, there are a lot of animated movies out there, so I'm sure there are some links and stuff. But overall, it was, it was really. I mean, I can't really say. I mean, the end fight was a bit lackluster within itself. It seemed very strange, especially from something DreamWorks would put out. But I think, like with Disney and stuff, and them going, they're trying to try different stuff, and it just isn't landed. And this, I don't know what. I think maybe it needed to be longer. I think you needed to learn more about the past. They needed to build a better story up linked with the past and the undersea and stuff like this. And kind of build up to even like the disguise of, like, she should be able to, like, they got a special necklace that makes her look like the X-Men, like a necklace that makes her look human, so she doesn't have to kind of hide as much of who she is, and then have it like her mum thinks it's a disease at salt water, she's allergic to salt water, and that's why she doesn't go in there, and kind of do stuff like that. As I say, maybe it's based on a teenage girl and I don't have that experience, and that's why I didn't relate to it. But for a kids movie, it was just very bland and going through the motions. And there's not that much from the film sticks out in my head. They have like this squid, they're hiding in plain sight, so to speak, but they have like a squid dog thing. Well, like, you'd notice that. I mean, the only person who takes up an issue with him is this pirate who's kind of been hunting him, who kind of is a friend, but even he's just a generic kind of piratey captain, but they've made him a little feeble just to be more friendly, and I don't know, to me, I mean, I say, if I'm going to rate it, I'll rate it 5 out of 10. It is worth a watch because, it is good animation, the story is okay, I'm sure kids would enjoy it. I just feel that is about it. It's like ordering porridge. This is standard, plain, run-of-the-mill porridge. It's not got any fruit in it. It's not got any like golden syrup. It's not got anything else like that. It is just formulaic, and there we go. Anyway, that has been my review for Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken. Hope you enjoyed the review. Have you seen this film? Do you disagree with me? Did I miss something? Please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I shall definitely see you in the next one.